Valorant, the game you sunk countless hours into, yet you still can't seem to hit the rank that you want. No matter how much you practice or learn, nothing seems to help. But why is it you can't seem to rank up no matter how much you play? Well, the truth is, you're spending way too much time playing this game, and it's the reason you're stuck in your current rank. In this video, I'm gonna give you every single step you need in order to fix that. This includes improving yourself and improving the parts of your gameplay that you actually need to rank up instead of working on things that don't matter. Now, I know it sounds like a crazy concept. Playing too much is keeping you hard stuck. But let me ask you if this sounds familiar. You get on to play for the day, you win some, you lose some, and you continue to teeter between ranking up and deranking, causing you to feel frustrated, demotivated, and maybe even a little bit depressed. So much so that you not only carry this mentality into the rest of your games, you also carry it outside of the game as well. You feel terrible all day, then you get up the next morning and repeat the cycle. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not the kind of life that I'd like to live. So, how do you fix this? Well, that's the easy part. I'll use myself as an example. I used to play this game a lot. Whenever I had free time, I would grind Valorant trying to hit a new peak. And although I was playing the game all the time, I couldn't seem to get there. So I said, fuck it, and I stopped playing the game completely. I later decided to pick up the game again with a completely different approach. And that was to not play it every waking hour of the day. And to my surprise, it actually worked. I recently took an account all the way up to Immortal with only 155 hours, and I did that over 6 months. I know, I barely played the game. Not only that, but I also took myself from this all the way to this. And I'm gonna teach you every step that you need to take in order for you to do the same. Now, playing less is not a magic pill to help you improve. In fact, that's not true at all. You still need to play the game if you want to get better. However, if you play too much, you're going to end up with diminishing returns and play worse. So instead, you need to use your time properly and practice certain parts of your gameplay in order to improve, something that I will go into more detail on later in the video. So the first question is, how much time should you actually be playing? Well, this is going to be person dependent. If you're really bad, you're probably going to need to spend a little bit more time learning the basics. And if you're already decent at the game, you don't have to play as much. However, none of you should be playing so much that you don't have time to develop healthy habits outside of the game, as they will be key to helping you improve in game and are one of the main reasons I was able to rank up so quickly. Essentially, I took a different approach to improving at the game, something that no one really talks about, but they should because it does work. Using healthy habits to improve my gameplay. You need to understand that if you're constantly sedentary and feeding your body crap, you will always feel like and play like crap. The crazy thing is, you might not even realize this because you're so used to doing these things that you don't even know you're only playing at about 50% of your actual potential. In order for you to fix this, the first thing you need to do is form some healthy habits that take care of your physical health. It is a known fact that if you are physically in shape, you will perform better at anything you are doing. And yes, this includes gaming. And if you fuel your body with the proper nutrients, you will also see a massive improvement in whatever you are doing. So in order for you guys to get started on this, I'll put out some really good exercise splits you can try right now. And in terms of your nutrition, you need to be following the 80-20 rule. This means that 80% of the time you're eating good, solid, whole food options, and then 20% of the time you're eating whatever else you like. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, make sure that you're eating in a calorie deficit. And if you're trying to put on size, make sure you're eating in a calorie surplus. In order to find these numbers, you can go online and use a calorie calculator. Once you have the number that you need, you can download an app like MyFitnessPal and use it to track the foods you eat throughout the day and make sure that the number of your calorie intake matches the number of the goal that you've set for yourself. I know it sounds simple, but it is actually that easy. Now, taking care of yourself physically is important. However, in a game like Valorant, taking care of your mental health is almost more important because the community of this game will take a toll on you mentally. So, what should you do? Well, I would recommend that you start out every single morning using a gratitude journal. This only takes about 5 minutes and it can completely transform your mental state. Gratitude is the most powerful state of mind that we can be in. So instead of waking up and starting your day pissed off about the ELO you lost yesterday, get up and write down some things that you're grateful for. Now, these will be different for everyone. However, anyone can find at least 5 things they're grateful for and write those down. And if possible, try and find a couple more and write them down as well. This small act is life-changing, I promise. Another thing you need to be doing is practicing something called mindfulness meditation. This is going to help you learn how to control your emotions and your thoughts. And if you get easily tilted over what's happening in game, it means you have no control over your emotions or your thoughts. And by practicing mindfulness meditation, you can train your brain not to overreact. This way, nothing will be able to get to you in your games or in your everyday life, allowing you to keep your mental in check, which is going to help you win games that you otherwise wouldn't have if you just got tilted. Not to mention, meditation will also help improve all these things, which again will help your performance in game. And at the end of the day, it's going to help you live a happier and more fulfilled life. So it's a win-win. Now I know self-help to improve at Valorant seems a little weird, but I'm only saying this because I want the best for you guys. Every other Valorant creator is going to tell you to spend more hours playing, but I'm here to tell you that that is not the best route to take. And now that you have some habits that will directly improve your performance in game, you need to learn how to optimize your time played to get the most out of it. I would suggest spending a little bit of time working on your aim, so find a really good aim training routine and do it consistently. Now you don't have to do it every single day, however you should be doing it a couple times a week at minimum. It doesn't have to be a super long routine, it can be even 15 minutes, just make sure that you're doing it a couple times a week. I will leave a couple good aim training routines for you guys to try out in the description below. Also, you shouldn't be aim training right before you go to play, as it can affect your performance and you won't get as much out of it. Instead, you should take a decent break in between your aim training and when you're actually playing the game. This is going to allow your brain to actually process what you have learned. I usually do mine in the morning while I'm sipping on my pre-workout. This turns it into a routine and makes me go to the gym right after I finish my aim training. Next, you're gonna need to find out what your actual mistakes are in game. That way you can work on them, instead of just constantly queuing, losing, and repeating the cycle. If you don't know what you're doing wrong, you're never gonna be able to fix it. And in order for you to do this, you need to be VOD reviewing your games. Now you don't have to do this all the time. 1 to 2 VOD reviews a week is more than enough. And when you're doing this, make sure that you're looking for your actual mistakes and write them down so that you can work on them later. After that, all you need to do is play the game and make a conscious decision to work on the mistakes that you have seen through your VOD reviews. This is going to help you improve much faster and waste no time ranking up. Another thing for you to keep in mind is if you get on to play for the day and you lose 2 games in a row, get off immediately. You are done for the day. You're not going to magically start playing better and win more games. All that's going to happen is you're going to lose more, tilt queue, and it's going to be even harder for you to rank up. So get off, go do something productive with your day, and then queue again tomorrow. Doing this is going to ensure that you don't lose too many games, which means you're not going to need to play as many games to actually rank up. Now that you know everything you actually need to do to improve, you need to make sure you can actually fit it into your schedule, and that is where time management comes in. To do this, you're going to need a notepad or a whiteboard, and make sure that you're planning out your days ahead of time. There are 2 ways for you to go about this. Number 1, every single night before you go to bed, take a couple minutes to plan out your following day ahead of time. Or number 2, pick one day out of the week, set aside some time, and plan out the entire following week in advance. When doing this, make sure that you write down everything that's a non-negotiable first. So let's say school or work, sleep, and exercise. Then write down the time you think it's going to take for you to do them that day. After that's done, start filling the rest of your day with the other things you want to get done. So let's say rank time, practice time, meditation, journaling, hanging out with friends, hanging out with family, whatever it is. And make sure that you write down the time it's going to take for you to do them. Once this is all done, you should have your day planned out with time slots for everything, allowing you to actually get them all done throughout the day. And when you're doing each thing, make sure that all your attention goes to what's written down in that time block. Also, keep in mind that sometimes things will come up and throw you off your schedule, and that's fine. If this happens, push back what you can and stick to what has to get done. And if you miss something, just move it over to the next day. This will take some time getting used to, but it's going to absolutely change every single aspect of your life. And yes, that includes your gameplay. Because if you sit down to play the game and you have all these things in the back of your mind that you're putting off and not doing, you won't be able to actually focus on the game, causing you to play worse. And if you want to learn how to break down your gameplay, allowing you to improve at Valorant without spending countless hours a day playing, go ahead and check out this video next.